don't know why you're telling me that.
What's good, peeps? It's the Joe Passarelli Show. Jasionawski wants a kiss. It is Stevie Showtime's birthday, and we are having a draft recap session, folks, here live on YouTube. It's a sampler, folks, everybody. Say hi. Throw your sampler handle, bro.
What's up?
What's the sampler handle?
The SAMPLA 1987.
That's right, this man samples all kind of products. How about we sample this right here? What do you have right there? These are blue cookies, man. I see the RICW Union City title. I see blue cookies. What's up with the blue cookies? Hashtag cookies. Blue cookies. What's good?
These blue cookies are actually blue raspberry Pillsbury cookies.
They're not like made out of Papa Smurf or anything?
No.
I think Papa Smurf jizzed in them.
Hashtag jizz cookies. Hashtag
Smurfy
jizz cookies.
Hashtag Smurfy.
That's right.
No, they are not. I'll show you a picture of what they were.
Look,
you know what? I'm going to try a Smurf jizz cookie for YouTube. Alright, what's good? Joe Passarelli here. Here is the Smurf cookie.
Hey, this is what it was.
Here's the Smurf cookie. I'm going to eat it now.
I can't see your
it's
face.
pretty good.
I can't see your face. You don't have it. There you go.
There we go.
There you
This
go.
guy's a professional cameraman, so he's going to critique me everywhere he went. Now, you want to take the reins here?
I will take the reins.
Take the reins
I
over.
will take
I have
the
no
reins.
problem with that. I have no problem with that. Joe Passarelli here live, Blue Jizz Cookies. But it ain't about Blue Jizz Cookies here, folks. It's actually quite delicious. Hashtag sample in 1987. But it's about the NFL draft recap, and we're going to just do some quick hits and misses, our thoughts. We're not going to sit here and run through the whole first round, the whole 3.5 hours of it, but our thoughts, the highlights, the lowlights, the winners, the losers. Let's throw it out to the birthday boy here, having his first Corona of his 30s right here, Stephen Moul, Mr. Combine. What's good, what's good?
what's going on, guys? What's going on?
And let's give the YouTube folks out there something to talk about. What are your winners and losers? What are your thoughts of the draft, my man?
Well, how can you not call the Cleveland Browns winners, scoring Manziel late in the first round after he was projected a top 10 pick, and they get Justin Gilbert, cornerback, pair up with Joe Hayden, defense looking kind of scary, physical defense. I like what Cleveland did. I mean, it's hard to call winners and losers with one round. You know, there's a lot of upside with certain players, but not every pick in the first round is going to be a hit. Not everyone's going to be a miss, but there's more misses than hits in the NFL draft. But I would have to say, my top three teams, of course, biased with the Raiders. They're definitely third on that list, getting Khalil Mack, the guy they wanted from day one, even throwing out that, you know, they'll take Mike Evans at 5 just to get someone to jump in and try to get Sammy Watkins. Cleveland at 2. And Minnesota jumping in back in the first round, getting Teddy Bridgewater in the last pick. That right there, that's a move that in a couple years is definitely going to pay off. Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion, was the consensus number 2 best quarterback in this draft. Hands down. I thought he was number 1 comparable with Bortles. Bortles going to Jacksonville.
Stevie, I absolutely agree with you here live on YouTube. I absolutely agree with you. I mean, look, you got to think about it. This guy was projected as one of the number 1 overall picks. He's NFL ready. He's Cam Newton. He's RG3. He's Kaepernick. He's Russell Wilson. He's right there with that elite group of athletic quarterbacks that have come out. And I feel like with the purple, I feel like that's right. Adrian Peterson, he's rejoicing. Steve said it earlier on the Strike Zone. Adrian Peterson rejoicing over this pick. Actually, said it in the post game at Snookers. Neither here nor there. I feel like I put them at number 3. I like what Atlanta did at number 2, solidifying with the offensive linemen. They needed some offensive line help. And you know what? I'll actually give Dallas credit for not drafting Johnny Manziel, because they didn't go the circus act. Same thing with the Jets. Obviously, the Manziel thing was the story of the draft. I don't want to say I told you so, but that's the one thing I got right is Johnny Manziel going to Cleveland. I had a feeling, and it ended up happening. And look, he's got some great young weapons. They add a corner. I do feel like Cleveland was very strong. I like what Minnesota did as well. And I know you, my friend, like Detroit. That's right.
Yes, the Jazz man. He liked Detroit's pick, the tight end from the North Carolina Tar Heels. His name escapes me at this
Eric
point.
Ebar?
Ebron.
Ebron.
Eric Ebron.
University of North Carolina.
Thank you.
Did you recatch his name?
Eric Ebron.
Ebron.
Eric Ebron. I like him. You know, I think he's going to be a great athlete.
Antonio Gates, you were saying, Jay? You're projecting that high? He's going to be like an Antonio Gates in this league?
I think he is.
I mean, that's a Hall of Fame tight end. That's some high projections, high praise from the Jazz man.
I think so. I like that
Can you zoom
pick.
in on Jazzman's jersey because that's my biggest loser of the draft.
The time bad dude.
Unfortunately, they are the biggest losers of this draft. You have an opportunity to get Derek Carr or Teddy Bridgewater. You have Carson Palmer, who's aging. He looked good last year, but as a Raiders fan, I'll tell you this, Arizona fans, Carson looked incredible his first year as a Raider. His second year, not so much. And this would have been the time to go get a young quarterback. He's getting older. He's 35, 36 with a bad knee. Derek Carr might have been that guy for Arizona, but now you're looking at Texans probably going to take him first pick in the second round. You know, my honest opinion right there is Arizona, they went and got another safety. They're trying to compete with that, with that West Coast philosophy in Seattle. And the 49ers, tough physical corners, tough physical safeties. But it was a reach on that pick.
With the Niners, you feel like it was a reach? Do you feel like he's a good pairing with the other young safety who they drafted it last year, who I happen to like, and I think he was an upgrade over Goldson, who we got let go of?
I think the best safety that got drafted was Green Bay drafting Clinton Dix. And I think he's the best overall talent at safety in this draft. Calvin Pryor was good. I didn't think he should have got taken over Dix. I just think more or less that it should have been, at this point, it should have been Clinton Dix to the Jets, which really would have helped out New York. But, Calvin Pryor is good. He just don't fit the Jets. I don't think he's a guy that's going to fit the Jets. He'd fit more of a Baltimore scheme, in my opinion. Baltimore, another winner, getting C.J. Mosley.
I know you had him rated higher than the
Shazier, who went before him.
To Cincinnati?
No, Pittsburgh.
To Pittsburgh.
And Baltimore lucked out to get C.J. Mosley, a top 10 prospect. Last year was projected to go 3 overall, but stayed the extra year in Alabama and ended up going, 15 to a nice complimentary pick to the for the Baltimore Ravens. Nice little replacement for Ray Lewis, I said. I think that's going to be a good pick for them.
That's bold standards, too. I mean, we're talking Hall of Famers here with these names they're throwing out. And to throw that name out there, Steve, is certainly high praise.
Yes, I mean, he's not Rolando McClain. He's not an Alabama linebacker that's going to flop or fail. This kid's determined. Nick Saban, I know his word doesn't mean much in the NFL, but Nick Saban said he's the best linebacker he's ever coached. I really do like this kid. I think this kid, he's eager to learn. He's ready to win. I say good move.
What do you think with the losers, real quick, Steve? What do you think with the losers?
Well, Arizona's one of them. I have to look at, I think, it's tough that the Patriots are another one. To get a guy with two ACLs. Two ACL surgeries that you could have,
first round.
I hate to use the pun, but his name's Dominique Easley. You could have easily got him in the second.
I know there are a lot of tackles out there, but I feel like they should have got an edge rusher, and I'm not really familiar with a lot of the edge rushers.
Coney Eli would have been a good one.
Eli?
Coney Eli, who's still out there. He's still available. I don't think he's going to slip that far back to the pass.
I mean, they don't even have a second round pick. They have a third round pick.
They got a defensive end in Dominic Easley, listen, if he's healthy, was he supposed to be a premier talent? Yes. But the big question, 2 ACL surgeries. You look at a running back that the San Francisco 49ers who had the 2 ACL surgeries.
Michael James?
No, not LaMichael James. Marcus Lattimore. They took last year in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
He was supposed to be a
sat out the whole year.
First overall pick, sat out the whole year, but didn't go to the 4th round. A guy, I don't care, the defensive end in this type of stadium. Bill Belichick overthought this pick, and I just think it was a really, really bad move, especially the talent that was out there. I mean, a safety could have helped out. Maybe another linebacker could have helped out at this point, but not a defensive. I mean, even a defensive tackle. You could have got. I'm trying to think of names right now. Offensive lineman, protect Brady. At that point, maybe even a wide receiver. Something better than what you picked. I don't think the Patriots really wanted to keep the pick. They couldn't get anybody to field any offers, so they took who they thought they were going to take anyway.
Maybe they felt that they could dangle it to the Vikings, who were obviously looking at the quarterback, but they ended up finding out that he was going to slip anyway, so that was the reason they couldn't pull the trigger on the deal, because we know the Patriots and Vikings certainly have a history of being trading partners in the draft.
Yes. Also the Vikings and Seahawks do trade a lot too, as well. They're very,
ridiculous.
They're very good trade partners as well. And, you know, honestly, a little payback for the Percy Harvin deal, maybe. I don't know. I mean, finally, a little payback for the Percy Harvin deal. I think Minnesota's going to look pretty good next year. I think they're a big winner to get the guy who was projected first overall on everybody's board when college season ended was Teddy Bridgewater. That's all you heard. Mm-hmm. Teddy. And he comes in, goes last pick in the first round, and I'll tell you what, I like the kid. I think, he bought his mom a pink Cadillac Escalade because that was his promise to her in the 8th grade. That he was going to get her a pink Cadillac Escalade when he went to the NFL. Held up on his promise. The kid's just a good attitude. I think he's going to be good in the NFL.
It just seems like he's got it, and he's going to be a great fit in Minnesota. People who didn't believe in him, I think the overthinking of the draft getting pushed back allowed for a lot of overthinking to happen. And Bridgewater fell because of this. This guy should have been a top 10, top 5, number 1 overall pick. Reminds me a lot of Cam Newton. I think he could be that good. I think he could be like a Culpepper in his prime. I think he could be that good, and this could be a change of fortune for the Vikings. I like this pick a lot better than Christian Ponder and Matt Castle and the rest of the quarterbacks they have on their roster. So certainly, you got to give the Vikings a lot of credit, and as Steve said, maybe a little payback as the Seattle Seahawks have been plucking the Minnesota Vikings single-handedly. So finally, justice has prevailed.
I'm going to give you one last. I'm going to give you the ballsiest pick. Jacksonville Jaguars, Blake Bortles. Man, do they got some balls taking that guy. I'll tell you, smart move by Jacksonville to go out and say, you know what? Nobody's going to take a quarterback with the first couple picks. We're sitting at 3. We don't have to trade down. We don't got to trade out. We're just going to get our guy. And that's what they did. They got their guy. Blake Bortles is going to be a great fit in Jacksonville.
Awesome. That's Mr. Combine, folks. You saw him on the strike zone earlier. Also, a big shout out to Terrell Brown from, what's the website again?
Cover 32.
Cover 32 at blogspot.com.
I think it's Blogspot.
So, big ups to Terrell Brown. Very great radio appearance, courtesy of Stevie Showtime on that one. Also, thank you to the Warbeard Hanson, the Ring of Honor top prospect champion, winner of that tournament. Got signed to Ring of Honor. Him and his tag team partner Raymond Rowe. Big things in store for Ring of Honor. Big things in the world of wrestling. Big ups to him. Also, shout out to my good friend Andrew Augustus from WPRO who called in as well. Great analysis with him. But before we wrap this video up, I got the Inner City title here. Of course, Joey Dice is the Inner City champ, but the man who inspired me to be the greatest Inner City / television champ of all time, man who held the television title in DVWO many times, the man who's celebrating his 30th birthday, that's right, Stevie Showtime, Mr. Combine, Steve Moul. We would sing Happy Birthday, but I might get flagged for copyright infringement, so we're going to veer away from that. We're going to do a little bit different. Happy Cinco de Nino, my friend.
Happy Cinco de Nino.
That's right.
I think you might get fired by Kevin by helping me hold this bell. Brandon might fire you as well. Yeah, LeMay. Real names. LeMay. Real names. See? I get to hold the title.
I shouted him out my Sean's entertainment video too.
So there you go, LeMay. I'll give you a shout out. Kevin, don't fire him. It's just coming to me. That's it. He's just pointing out my shit for birthdays. Don't fire him.
Actually, Jazzman pinned me for earlier, so maybe Jason Medeiros and Jason Frost have to deal with the rabid, the master of the jazz mission, the Jazzman, Jason Jasionawski. We're going to wrap things up here live. Joe Passarelli Show, some must-see episode. Happy 30-30, Cinco de Nino. I'm the last one left of the originals, besides Jay, of course, who's a few years younger, not too much younger, but check out Jay's sampler account. The Sampler 1987. I finally got it right. The Sampler 1987. Check it out,
Follow
folks.
me on Twitter, EmmettWolves25.
That's right. Like, subscribe, Joe Passarelli, all the other Facebook stuff, Twitter, the pages. Keep it real or keep it moving. We out.